Well, we're back with the Grinchy Fat Quarter Dash, and now it's time to get this quilt quilted. But before I do that, I think I'm gonna have fun and do another piece backing on this one. So I have this panel that came from my mysterious fat quarter bundle that I have. There's 6 blocks on here. And what I think I'm gonna do, let me get it right side up. What I think I'm gonna do is put it into 2 rows of 3, because I've got 6 blocks. So if I put it in 2 rows of 3, then I can have a row and a row that almost match up with the front, because there's 5 across on the front, 3 across on the back, and then add some of the red Kona that I bought around it, as well as on the top and the bottom, so then it'll all measure up. I bought enough in case that I did want to go with a solid backing, but I think having this pieced a little bit in there will add a little fun, as well as also help clear out some of my stash. So bring a little bit in, get a little bit more out. So that's my hope, to kind of inspire me to move forward for next year and get going. So I also bought my binding today, which is this super fun multicolored Grinch stripe. Like in the blocks themselves, there was the green and the red and white. And so this one's gonna be fun to be the binding all the way around. And then I will be quilting this with this Tech red that is both the brand and the color. So I think that's gonna be fun. Add a little bit of color to some of those white blocks and kind of add some fun to it all over. And I have an idea, and I'm hoping it works out, that I'm gonna use a snowflake pantograph. So let's make this quilt back, and then we'll check in once it gets everything all set up to do the quilting. All right, so I've got my top section all set, all pieced. It's had some measurement issues, but nevertheless, it is complete. I just need to add this bottom portion on, and then it'll be time to get this little in the frame. So I'm gonna do that, get it all loaded up, and then check back in when we're ready to quilt. Everything is all basted into place. I've got it as centered as I possibly could, marking my backing with my pieced backing, my batting, just to make sure, because there's not much extra on the edge there, and getting my quilt top all centered, so then hopefully the back will stay lined up to the front. So my panto is all set. As you can see, I've already pulled my bobbin. So we're gonna do this cute snowflake, nice and big, and hope for the best with this red thread. So I'm gonna get to work. So before I show you how it's going to quilt out all the way across, I just want to give you a little peek at how this pieced backing is quilting up with the red, and I think it looks so good. It's one of those times where you can go solid backing or you can go piece backing, and it'll be awesome. So living dangerously with piece backing and red thread, 2 thumbs up for this quilt. Everything is quilted, my threads are cut, and we're unpinned from the frame. So now what I'm gonna do, since I usually trim this up with scissors and just follow the edge of the quilt top, I've got some wonky edges here, especially on this right side. I think I am gonna get my rotary cutter and mat and try and square this up a little bit better, so then hopefully that means binding will go even smoother. So let's get this all laid out on the floor and see if Trixie's gonna join us then. Grinchy fat quarter dash complete. I really like how this turned out. It's obviously very chaotic in the prints, but I mean, it's Grinch, it's Seuss. That's kind of chaotic in its own right. So I love how it turned out. I almost question giving this away, but I know if I donate it, it's gonna go to someone who really needs it and a little brighten up their holiday season. And that's the goal with quilts, right? I love this binding as far as stripey binding goes, Grinchy binding. And this quilting, I love it. I love how it's 3 different snowflakes, so it's not the same repeat all over. It's got that wave to it versus just being straight across. Granted, it does take a little finagling with the placement of it, but since I've done it before, it went so much better. And the red, I was worried about the red, but I think the red thread quilting looks amazing. And I do have to say, this is probably my most fussy piece backing to date, but I love it. I love it. I didn't think I would love it, but I'm so happy with how this turned out, and I know it's going to make somebody very happy in a Grinchy sort of way. So 2 thumbs up to this pattern. I plan to do more versions of this quilt for sure. I've got some baby quilts that I will probably need to make in 2023. So this will definitely be on the back burner if I find a good fat quarter bundle that maybe is a little less crazy pants than all these Grinch ones. But I'm glad I was able to get some things out of my stash and create something super fun. So let's take a look at some pictures and we'll be back with something new next week.